we saw colonization begin. We have Brittany's colony down here, South America, Catalonia's colony up here in New England, and its large East Coast colony owned by the Cyan team. And oops, we also saw the Green Persian team get make a colony down here in Madagascar. We also saw the rest of Japan get and discovered and claimed by the Korean Union. And oh wait, and Malta. It was finally there's now like a Malta country. It's Malta and this island. It's fairly small, but it'll be here in this episode. So if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get started. So the first thing we see happening is more areas over in the Americas are explored. Eventually, they meet up with the Great Lakes, discover the area around Niagara Falls, and pretty much go around Lake Erie and Ontario. It's a bit easier. They also explore the East Coast, getting closer to areas of Florida. They also just go up and get to just like this peninsula. It's like Labrador. There's Labrador here. I don't remember if you're Canadian or just happen to know. Just tell me. But that's all the ex. The Catalonia will also this area here. That'll be all the exploration there. We now move to here. And Brittany will explore around their colony quite a bit. Mostly kind of focus up towards the Caribbean. But now, these these routes pretty much irrelevant. People, if you want, you could sail. We'd easily sail from the French team down to this colony here. These routes are all mapped out now. Um, it's it's like the same thing goes for Madagascar. Speaking of, pretty much all of Madagascar is discovered. Uh, a bit towards the south still remains, but somewhere else we see more discovery in is the rest of this land here is discovered. More area around this lake, and finally, like, we'll continue exploring on the East African coast and explore more areas north here. And of course, expand. This country will expand in this area to make it easier. They will claim all of this land here, as well as going down to here. somewhere else. The claim land, though, is they make a kind of colony right here, but more of an actual colony right in Madagascar. Oh my god. Hold up. There we go. But Tanzanian country will set up a colony that looks something like this. How could I say? They'll also come here and more land here. And that falls in. Okay. So now Tanzanian country is starting to become more of an empire. However, if we look at the power rankings map, they're not even in the top 15. But that will change now as they skip completely over 15th, skip over 14th, even skip over 13th, and separate these guys, getting up to 12th place very quickly. So these guys here are starting to become a bit of a powerhouse. And that means everyone else gets pushed down a rank. And which means we once again see, or actually probably not once again. These guys just got into the top 15 last episode, are now no longer in it. They're now 16. Let's see. Someone else finally make a landing in the Americas. For most people probably saw this coming at some point. But Denmark will make their own route. Quit that. Yeah. But they will make their own route here. And eventually they'll realize they want to, it's not too far. Go through here. But then they're thinking they're following here as they're taking this turn, they turn the wrong way. And they eventually end up down here in Africa. And they'll land right here. Boats have to discover the land here. And they'll just kind of follow the coast. It's going upwards and downwards or southwards. eventually they'll make landfall. Pretty much they'll discover all of this land right here. Hold on, let's just down. Alright, so they discover all of this land here, and as always, they will claim it for Denmark. They'll claim all this land here for Denmark. Just okay. Alright, so now we have another colony in Africa. So we've already had a colony in Africa. But these guys, the green team, will expand their colony. And it'll look something like this. Alright, back up to mainland green team. They will claim something that will not quite that. They'll claim something that looks like this. Weird gigantic edges. And in the end, they claim all of this land here. It's completely cutting off their own, one of their closest friends, not quite in an alliance, from having any expansion this way. And, well, simply put, these two aren't really friends anymore. And we see the first major war in a couple episodes as the green team, or not the green team, purple team will go to war against the green team. These troops stationed up here to invade inwards, but I've seen an opportunity to strike here. Will call my alliance, which I'm the only one that borders either of these two in my alliance, the Square Alliance. But I will use this opportunity to firstly gain a new ally, and that ally will be the green team. Not just the green team, someone who hates the green team but hates the purple team more, the orange team. And the three of us sharing the, actually these guys share a larger border, but the three of us, along with Mesopotamia, the Mesopotamian country, even Egypt, and this weird country here, will join in on the war. If you border purple team, you're attacking them. Um, so yeah, they're getting absolutely jumped right now. To start off, I'll make my invasion from the north. coast, obviously. And I will bring my troops here. Hopefully, my goal is to meet up with the green team. And eventually, if I do, the green team will be, since this is a complete surprise, the green team will be able to completely push out the purple team from their territory, as well as eventually claiming over all this land here. This tiny pixels here. They'll then make their invasion from their capital. This right here is the original border, and probably one of the oldest borders in the world. That still exists. I think maybe the oldest one would be. It's something over here from episode 6. I want to say. I think I did purple orange team border first, so I think it'd be that. I think it's that border. Actually, when did Cyprus get this colony down here, though? I think it's the purple orange team border. If someone wants to look into that more, go ahead. It could also be the green team border, although it's no longer with the yellow team. It's still the same border it once was. Uh, but if someone wants to look into that, go ahead. But the capital will be captured. But despite this, the purple team is still going to fight. They are number 9 in global power rankings. But they're being attacked by number 1, number 3. Orange team's probably number 17. Egypt is number 18. Mesopotamia is probably in the mid 20s. Guy down here is probably like 30. Maybe less that even. But still, you're being attacked on every side except for the coast. So, yeah, good luck with that. Mesopotamia will start their invasion, starting off down here, and eventually focusing up to here. And they'll pretty much invade all of this land here, and then start making a spearhead along the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. I don't know if that's exactly there, but they'll also make a small incursion here. Next, see this Egypt country make their invasion in. They'll make a smaller one, but it'll look something like that. As for this brown country here, they will claim all of this land. And again, but these guys here are being supported by Yemen. Orange teams here, and they're gonna try and claim back some of their old land, which once looked something like that. I'm pretty sure. So that's kind of their goal to claim. Let's start by making a small spearhead up here, and then moving it to the Gulf, the Persian Gulf, and eventually being able to connect that up, and well, they pretty much get all that back. Hold up. Oh my. Okay, this was supposed to be owned by Purple Team. I didn't realize I never switched that over. Um, As for the purple team, though, I will continue my invasion. I will continue my invasion south. My main goal, get access to the Persian Gulf. So, eventually, that's what I'll be able to kind of do. And that will get, or let the green team get all this. And kind of like in a trade of troops, I will be able to gain this, the capital region here. Orange team is going to then meet up with me in here, and yeah, it's pretty much over for the purple team. They will not surrender though. Egypt will make their invasions here and kind of just stop. Mesopotamia will continue their invasion down in the Arabian Desert. But like I said earlier, they'll kind of focus up in Mesopotamia area, and um, at this point where nobody pretty much is living in here. They've got 4 major cities left here. It's just not good. And jeez, hold up. I did not realize I made it so dense right in here. There's a crap ton of population that Green Team, myself, and Mesopotamia got. But it's here that that that's not supposed to happen. Okay. But here you see team surrenders, and here's our peace treaty. It's weird, to say the least. Um, a lot of land is given up between countries. But we'll start off with new countries. You have this greenish, yeah, we have this greenish country being formed here. I'll do capitals in a second. You then see this light blue country form here, and then we see not the exact original purple, because I forgot it to find it. They, this is the same purple team that was all this land up here. Orange team, yeah, all this. You see the brown team, most of the land they already gotten. Let's see. Purple team is going to get this tiny sliver of land here too. And then green team, or Egypt country, it's that, this. No, that goes up to the brown team. Oh, that's just gonna go up to the brown team. Mesopotamia is going to have better-ish borders. Some would say better, some would say worse. Yeah, this. This is weird right here. As for the Wolf Empire, all of this land here. So it's these tiny slivers. Green team. As for the green team, they'll get this, and all this. And something else important. So you actually see the green team changing its capital. Um, Mostly because there are many people within this region here that are still pro purple team. So just to be a bit on the safer side, we're gonna see the capital of green team be moved from one of these two cities down to here. Okay, there we go. And for these guys, purple team capital's now there. It's like blue country is gonna have their capital be right here. And this green team is gonna have theirs be there. Okay, my empire is very weird. Ah, um, reminds me, if you are new to the channel and don't know what I mean by my empire here, um, something I added a couple episodes back is where people can now own countries. So, like, I own this one here. It's the Wolf Empire. Hunter Mapping owns Cyprus. And we have Netherland here by Financial ID. And those are the only three right now. If you want to own any nation, then you can just like, let me know what nation you want to own, or you can make a new one, like Financial YT did. Actually, that reminds me, we have a new country. Let me go over here, kind of. Um, so like, people down here in China are very pro-China, but like people up here kind of want their independence. China's like saying no, there's no trading going on here with Korea, and you also can't go up here to meet up with this like very weird like Baikal country. You have to stay where you are. So it eventually gets to the point where the northern half of China is completely broke. Like, they'll completely break away. Look at that. You have this little country. Um, and this one is a requested country. And the name of this country, please don't get backlash to me for, is going to be please, I don't want to hear backlash for this. This was requested. I'm just going to follow through with it. And the name of it, or the owner of it, is going to make this easier to see. Uh, but that's new. And Skibbity China will explore out around here. Just to make, I'm just doing this to make it easier so you can see the full name. But they will claim all of this land here. Go to the trade routes. They'll follow the trade route. And there. There. Now you can see the whole thing. Except for this here. Okay. So yeah, we now have another nation owned. I really put that in much larger fonts than the rest. Okay. Let's go up here. Erase this all. And this is 4 font, which is the one I did the rest of them. I'm pretty sure. But it'll just do. Okay. Alright, now that's taken care of. We can go to of here. First over here. Well, you will see the science team expand their colony. Any normal person would do. Actually, that's completely not true. No normal person owns a colony. If you do, that's kind of weird. Also kind of cool, though. It's not just weird, it's cool. And, I'm going to say something. This is canon. The current year in the timeline has just hit 1700 CE. That is the current year in its timeline. Mm, For East colony here. Night happens. Okay. And for right now, this is the wrong map. This is going to change in 1 second. Because we have another war happening. Or more of like a union, kind of. Finnaderland, Finadro YT of Finnaderland is going to send over an ultimatum to what very little remains of the Brown team. Brown team's just going to accept. They lost horribly in a giant war. That Finnaderland will do the same. this purple country will also accept. And, yeah. And then, final one is he requested to send one over to Brittany. This one's gonna be a bit harder. The okay. This one's gonna be a bit harder to do because Brittany is a colonial power. Oh, alright. Um, Brittany's a colonial power down here. Um, so what's going to end up happening is okay. So Brittany's gonna reject, and Brittany's gonna get declared war. Oh gosh, this is hard for me to see. Um, so Fenedra YT will send his troops into Brittany. Um, we'll make a naval landing here. Captures the whole thing. This is completely by surprise. Brittany did not expect uh for them to be invaded. They haven't even been touched in a long time, and they're gonna call for help by the for help from the French team. French team is gonna say no. They're gonna call for help from the Orange team. They're gonna say no. Denmark, no. This weird, I don't even know what it is, country, no. This probably Switzerland country, no. England, oh, let me think. No. So yeah, nobody helps out for Brittany, and their capital's captured, and they just surrender. And it's full annexation here. It's almost full annexation. They don't exist here, but they now are the only country that is solely in the Americas. And they're just going to set up a capital right in here, right down here. Capital view right there. And they still have trade access to Europe, they have Africa, North America even, but they're like isolated. They have no one down here, which could lead to them becoming a global power. They don't have to worry about anyone fighting, or they don't have to worry about fighting against anyone anymore, at least. So, yeah, for our last event of the episode, I'm just going to say it simply, but things are fracturing inside of this country. Some people pro-Libyan, some people pro-Sicilian, some people pro-Catalonian, some people pro-Maltan, and then like anyone in this area here, um, Actually, not even up there. Pretty much anyone in here wants to stay dependent. Um, this is canon here too. The leader of this country is a dictator and is making people just work endlessly, and a lot of people hate it. Anyone that's living up in here is treated almost like they're a god. Anyone in this area here, treated horribly. People up here are kind of are treated decently, but not that well. And some people are starting to think about revolting. But with that will be the end of today's episode. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.